Hello everyone, welcome to Current Affairs MCQs program. Let's begin with previous day's practice. Question was, consider the following and choose correct answer using the codes given below. SAARC, BIMSTEC, SCO, ASEAN, which of the regional groupings given above include both India and China? Option A, 1 and 3 only. Option B, 2 and 4 only. Option C, 3 only. Option D, 2, 3 and 4 only. The correct answer is option C, 3 only. The South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, SAARC, is an intergovernmental organization that was established in 1985 to promote economic growth, social progress, and cultural development in South Asia. It includes India, but not China. BIMSTEC, Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, is a regional organization that promotes cooperation among 7 countries in South and Southeast Asia. It includes India, but not China. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, is an intergovernmental organization that promotes cooperation and peace among its member states. The SCO was founded in 2001 by China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. India joined the SCO as full members in 2017. Hence, it includes both India and China. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, is an international organization that promotes cooperation and stability in Southeast Asia. It was established in 1967. Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and the Philippines. India and China are not members of ASEAN, but they are considered dialogue partners within the organization, meaning they participate in discussions and collaborations with ASEAN member states, even though they are not full members. Hence, option C is correct. Now let's begin today's episode. First question is, consider the following statements regarding the Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee. GEAC, Clearance of Genetic Engineering. Appraisal Committee is not mandatory for the environmental release of genetically modified GM crops. It functions under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare. Which of the statements given above is correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Clearance of Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee, GEAC, is mandatory for the environmental release of genetically modified GM crops. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. It functions under the Ministry of Environment, Forest, and Climate Change, MOEF and CC. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. The committee is also responsible for the appraisal of proposals relating to the release of genetically engineered organisms and products into the environment, including experimental field trials. It is chaired by the Special Secretary, Additional Secretary, MOEF and CC, and co-chaired by a representative from the Department of Biotechnology, DBT. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements. Statement 1, marine heat waves, MHWs, are extreme ocean events with sea surface temperatures rising 3 to 4 degrees Celsius above average for at least 5 days. Statement 2, climate change has increased global ocean temperatures by 3 degrees Celsius over the past century. Which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements? Option A, both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Option B, both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 is not the correct explanation for statement 1. Option C, statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Option D, statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. The correct answer is option C, statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Marine heat waves are extreme oceanic weather events characterized by a sudden rise in sea surface temperature, 3 to 4 degrees Celsius above average, for at least 5 days, potentially lasting weeks or longer. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Key causes of MHWs: climate change, driven by anthropogenic greenhouse gas emissions, has increased global ocean temperatures by 1.5 degrees Celsius over the past century. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Disruptions in oceanic currents, such as El Niño, amplify heat retention, while Arctic ice loss exposes more ocean surface to solar radiation, accelerating warming, unusual weather patterns, shifts in atmospheric circulation, and storm activities further trigger MHWs. MHWs cause mass fish deaths and habitat destruction. Higher ocean temperatures lead to widespread coral bleaching. Example, 2005 Caribbean bleaching event. Rising temperatures wipe out kelp forests, promote invasive species, and alter wildlife migration. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Hence, option C is correct. Next question is improved Samba Mahsuri, sometimes in news, is related to which of the following? Option A high-yielding variety of wheat. Option B, a rice variety resistant to bacterial blight. Option C, a newly discovered species of fish. Option D, a traditional form of folk dance in South India. The correct answer is option B, a rice variety resistant to bacterial blight. Improved Samba Mahsuri, ISM, is a bacterial blight-resistant rice variety developed through molecular marker-assisted selection, ICAR, Indian Institute of Rice Research, ICAR, IIRR, and CSIR Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, CCMB, Hyderabad. It possesses 3 major resistance genes, XA21, XA13, and XA5, incorporated using molecular marker-based technology, making it highly resistant to bacterial blight disease. As one of India's first biotechnology-derived agricultural products, it has been registered under the Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers' Rights Authority. Hence, option B is correct. Next question is, consider the following statements related to solar coronal holes. They are cooler and less dense compared to the surrounding plasma. They are most commonly observed during the declining phase of a solar cycle. The high-speed solar wind originating from coronal holes interacts with Earth's magnetic field, leading to geomagnetic storms. How many of the above statements are correct? Option A, only 1. Option B, only 2. Option C, all 3. Option D, none. The correct answer is option C, all 3. Solar coronal holes are large dark regions on the Sun that are cooler and less dense than the surrounding plasma. It was first discovered in the 1970s by X-ray satellites. Hence, statement 1 is correct. They occur in areas where the Sun's magnetic field is open to interplanetary space, allowing high-speed solar wind, geomagnetic storm, to escape. Coronal holes are most prevalent during the declining phase of a solar cycle and are typically found near the Sun's poles. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The high-speed solar wind from coronal holes interacts with Earth's magnetic field, causing geomagnetic storms that can disrupt satellites, GPS, and communication networks. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option C is correct. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding sea ice. Sea ice is primarily found in the Arctic and Antarctic oceans. Unlike glaciers and icebergs, sea ice forms from the freezing of salt water. Sea ice retains the same salt content as seawater, making it equally saline. Which of the statements given above are correct? Option A, 1 and 2 only. Option B, 2 and 3 only. Option C, 1 and 3 only. Option D, 1, 2, and 3. The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Sea ice is free-floating polar ice that expands in winter, melts in summer, and partly persists year-round. It is found mainly in the Arctic Ocean and Antarctica Ocean. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Sea ice forms from frozen salt water, unlike icebergs, glaciers, and ice sheets, which originate on land. Hence, statement 2 is correct. As sea ice forms, most of the salt is expelled, making sea ice less salty than seawater. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option A is correct. Next question is with reference to the G7. Consider the following statements Members of G7 have decided to promote G7 PG2 initiatives during the 50th G7 Summit. India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor IMEC is an initiative taken during the G7 summit held in Italy. The G7 expressed opposition to the Lobito Corridor in Central Africa, the Luzon Corridor, and the Middle Corridor. How many of the above statements are correct? Option A, only one. Option B, only two. Option C, all three. Option D, none. The correct answer is option A, only one. G7 is a group of the most developed and advanced economies of the world. That is France, Germany, Italy, the United Kingdom, Japan, the United States, and Canada. Members of G7 have decided to promote G7PG2, Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment, initiatives in the 50th G7 Summit. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor IMEC project was signed at the G20 Summit in New Delhi, which holds significant geopolitical and economic implications for India. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. G7 nations committed to promoting the IMEC. During its 50th summit, G7 extended support for the Lobito Corridor in Central Africa and Luzon Corridor and the Middle Corridor. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option A is correct. Next question is consider the following pairs regarding educational commissions or committee. Educational commissions, SAARC committee and year of establishment. A. Kothari Commission, 1990. B. National Knowledge Commission, 2005. C. Radhakrishnan Commission, 1948. D. Rammurthy Review Committee, 1964. How many of the above pairs are correctly matched? Option A, only one. Option B, only two. Option C, only three. Option D, all four. The correct answer is option B, only two. The Kothari Commission, 1964 to 66, emphasized the importance of a common educational framework across states to foster national integration and cultural exchange. Hence, pair 1 is not correctly matched. The National Knowledge Commission was constituted in 2005 to prepare a blueprint for reforms of knowledge-related institutions and infrastructure, which would enable India to meet the challenges of the future. Hence, pair 2 is correctly matched. The Radhakrishnan Commission, also known as the University Education Commission, was appointed in 1948 to examine the state of university education in India. The commission was chaired by Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, who later became India's second president. Hence, pair 3 is correctly matched. In 1990, the Government of India announced the appointment of a committee to review the national policy on education, 1986, with Acharya Rammurthy as the chairman. Hence, pair 4 is not correctly matched. Hence, option B is correct. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding ethylene glycol and diethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol and diethylene glycol are toxic alcohols with a slightly sweet taste. Diethylene glycol and ethylene glycol are adulterants illegally used as cheaper solvent alternatives in liquid drugs. Which of the statements given above are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Ethylene glycol and diethylene glycol are toxic alcohols with a slightly sweet taste. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Diethylene glycol and ethylene glycol are adulterants that are sometimes illegally used as solvents in liquid drugs, as an alternative to non-toxic solvents such as glycerin or propylene glycol to cut costs. Hence, statement 2 is correct. In addition to its use in antifreeze, ethylene glycol is used as an ingredient in hydraulic fluids, printing inks, and paint solvents, and diethylene glycol is used in the commercial preparation of antifreeze, brake fluid, cigarettes, and some dyes. Hence, option C is correct. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution. It lists the official languages of the Republic of India. Under this schedule, out of 22 languages, 6 have been granted classical status. All the classical languages are listed in this schedule. How many of the above statements are not correct? Option A, only 1. Option B, only 2. Option C, all three. Option D, none. The correct answer is option A, only one. 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution. It lists the official languages of the Republic of India. Hence, statement 1 is correct. 22. Official languages: Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Bodo, Santhali, Maithili, or Dogri. In 2004, the Government of India introduced the classical language category and formed the Linguistic Experts Committee (LEC) under the Sahitya Akademi to evaluate languages for this status. Currently, there are 6 languages in 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution which enjoy the classical status in India. Tamil, declared in 2004, Sanskrit 2005, Kannada 2008, Telugu 2008, Malayalam 2013 and Odia 2014. Hence, statement 2 is correct. All the classical languages are not listed in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. The classical languages of India: Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, Sanskrit, Odia, Marathi, Bengali, Assamese, Pali, and Prakrit. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option A is correct. Last question is, consider the following statements. Makhanas are a significant agricultural product of Bihar, accounting for more than 80% of the world's production. The creation of the Makhana Board has been announced in the Union Budget 2025-26. Mithila Makhana received a geographical indication (GI) tag in 2022. How many of the above statements are correct? Option A, only one. Option B, only two. Option C, all three. Option D, none. The correct answer is option C, all three. Makhanas are a significant agricultural product of Bihar, accounting for 85% of the world's production. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The creation of the Makhana Board in the Union Budget 2025-26 has been announced. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Mithila Makhana received a geographical indication (GI) tag in 2022. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option C is correct. Now is the time for practice question. Consider the following statements with respect to Union Budget 2025-26. The MSME Credit Guarantee Scheme has been expanded, offering additional credit support of 1.5 lakh crore rupees over 5 years. Atal Tinkering Labs (ATLs) will be set up in government schools over 5 years, fostering STEM learning and innovation. Which of the statements given above are not correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. Send the answer to this question in the comment section. Thanks for watching.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.